And this is from, well, I guess the name, well, Utada, the Pink Blood Print?
Hi everyone, and welcome to my review of Utada Hikaru's single collection volume 2. I know it's a bit hard to see against my computer back there, but this is the album art. I remember Utada Hikaru, I think, tweeting about how beautiful the album art was in person, and it's nice, but definitely not my favorite. Very nondescript. We don't even have a track listing on there. Yeah, I'm not going to be reviewing Singles Collection Volume 1 because there's no new material on that, and then for this collection I'm just going to be reviewing the 5 original songs that came out with it, because at this point I've now talked about all the other songs that are included in the Singles Collection. This collection came out in 2010 and it is actually Utada's lowest selling album to date. I'm pretty sure I know why it could be. It's because of the lack of diversity in the track listing. So the singles included on this are more than half of Heart Station, and then we have a handful of songs from Ultra Blue, and that's it. So Utada's English albums, Exodus and This Is the One, came out in between Singles Collection Volume 1 and 2, and they were both snubbed for this collection for some reason. So when this album came out, I had a lot of mixed feelings. Utada released this collection for their hiatus, and at the time Utada was saying they didn't know if they were going to come back from a hiatus to ever make music again, and I was really upset. As you might imagine, I had just gone to Japan the year before this, and I had just like ramped up my Utada obsession, and I had just gone to see Utada live in New York City, and it was like peak Utada obsession for me. And then all of a sudden Hikaru was saying that they needed to take a prolonged break. So us fans were really hoping that Hikaru would put out a full-length original album before going into hiatus, but we did not get that. We got these 5 original tracks on the Singles Collection. So the Singles Collections are available on streaming, just on Spotify. They are under compilations rather than albums. So something different we did get on this collection was the Acoustica remix of Beautiful World. And I like this remix okay. It's not one I often go back to listen to. But other than that, I'm not going to talk about those singles. The first original song that we got on this collection is Adashi No Megami, which means Storm Goddess. This is a beautiful and mournful ballad about Utada and their relationship with their mother, and potentially about how it became tumultuous as Keiko Fuji descended into her mental illness. In the lyrics, it's actually chilling that Utada mentions that their mother is already gone, even though this came out 3 years before Keiko Fuji's suicide. I've been using a translation blog that I'm kind of acquaintances with on the internet called Kimono Beat, and she's translated, I think, every single Utada Hikaru song. And in her translation of this song, she translated this line, Wakari aeru no mo ikite ireba koso, as if you were still alive, we could have understood each other. And I really got freaked out when I read that. I kind of did my own digging on those lyrics, and I think maybe they could also be interpreted as we could understand each other if you exist, or something like that. Continue to exist, or could find a way. It's really difficult to translate a lot of Japanese directly to English. Honestly, I could overanalyze every single line of this song, but in reality, we don't really know what happened between Utada Hikaru and their mother, just about the unfortunate ending that Keiko Fuji or Utada Junko had. Number 2 is Show Me Love, Not a Dream. The song starts off very gently and then it breaks into a rock song. When I first heard this, I remember I thought it sounded rather like a tacky anime opening. And in fact, it was used for a live action adaptation for a manga called Tomorrow's Joe. The instrumentation and progression of the song is interesting in itself, but I really enjoy Utada's powerful vocals on this song. And it could have been even more powerful if it was recorded when their vocals were recovered and not a little bit damaged, which is a little bit apparent in the struggle of this song. They do go quite high. This one is not my favorite on this collection, but it is one I really enjoy. It's pretty unique and still interesting to listen to. Next up is Goodbye Happiness, and this is a major single. I think this is also a fan favorite as it opened the Wildlife concert. I still love this song so much, and this is the song I always describe as like the quintessential Utada Hikaru descriptor. Like, it's a very upbeat, cutesy song almost, but it's called Goodbye Happiness, and the story in the song is about losing your freedom to falling in love. And I feel like that whole like complicated, atypical outlook really describes Utada Hikaru's songwriting. The video for the song is really adorable, and I remember for a long time I tried really hard to recreate the outfit from this video, but I was never able to succeed in that. The next song is A Lamor, I No Anthem, which means anthem of love, and it samples / covers Edith Piaf's A Lamor. I believe, if I remember correctly, Hiki was studying French at the time, and that may be the inspiration for where the song came from. Utada continued the theme from the original song, if not more like a Japanese version of it, which is about only foolishly caring for love and nothing else. Well, I found it oddly funny that Utada managed to sneak in a reference to death in the song by saying, "It doesn't matter if God takes away their lover because they're gonna die too." I enjoyed the jazzy playfulness in the song, but it's not my favorite either. The last song is Can't Wait Till Christmas. This is a piano ballad, and another one that sounds oddly mournful and sad, even though it's about falling in love. I really like this song, but I don't often listen to it because I do find it really sad and kind of like a Christmas song, so it feels like there's no real place for it. And it's sort of like in the same vein as Joni Mitchell's River. So this really leaves the album off on a downer and makes me wish that Goodbye Happiness was the last song instead. So overall, the music on this collection is rather depressing, even though it's really, really good. So those are the original tracks on Utada Hikaru's Single Collection Volume 2. Please let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. And that also catches us up to all of Utada Hikaru's album releases to date. I can't believe I finally did it 9 years later. I felt especially bitter about this release because I thought the songs were so amazing, the original songs that were put out with it, that it just made me resent Utada for leaving even more. And I remember just like when I read the news one morning at work, like I got these like angry tears in my eyes. And I've kind of been thinking a lot more lately about how when a celebrity or artist, especially of Utada's caliber, or like the other Japanese divas we talk about like Ayumi Hamasaki and Kodakumi and Namie, when they blow up to such a huge notoriety that their whole name becomes a brand and like its own micro economy. So they always have like tons of staff on their payroll, and they have all these people depending on them who aren't just their fans for them to work and show up and be ready to work every day. And I can't imagine that kind of pressure. I don't know why like I didn't really think about that when I was younger, but it made me realize kind of the gravity of someone like Utada Hikaru deciding to take a hiatus and what that would mean for everyone else around them. And it's not really a decision to be taken lightly, and us as fans, like we don't really have a right to act entitled towards Utada's like music and life. So that's kind of something that I had to like come to grips with during Utada's hiatus. Overall, I still really enjoy the songs from this collection. It's not something I really ever thought about like where I rank it among Utada's albums, because it's not its own complete album, it's just an EP. Yeah, I never ever go back and listen to the singles, like the collection of singles that were placed onto this, because like I said, they're just from 2 albums, so I just listen to those respective albums if I want to hear those songs. So yeah, I am not a big fan of the idea behind this singles collection, but I am a big fan of the original songs, and I think they would have been better off on their own release. So yeah, whether you've been with me for many years now, or if you are a new subscriber, thank you so very much for coming to check out my review videos. I don't know what I will review next, but yeah, like I was saying, we are now up to date on Utada Hikaru's albums. There are several new releases that have just come out. I've been listening to CL's album for half the day today, actually. So I would probably like to review Milia's new album, and Nariaki Obukuro, he put out a pretty short album as well. So yeah, here we are at the end. I feel very anticlimactic because it was like such a downer. I hope you guys enjoyed this series of reviews, and let me know what you would like to see from me next. I will see you in the next video.